Oh, hi you loves, it's me, the Fudge Man, aka Paul, aka One Box of Fudge. I'm back and today I'm going to share with you how to make orange blossom fudge, which is taken from my very own recipe book, available on Amazon in Kindle paperback and hardback copies, called One Book of Fudge by Paul Lees, and it's a collection of my fudge recipes that I've been making and creating over the past 2.5 years while running my homemade fudge fundraiser, One Box of Fudge, in which in my spare time when I'm not working I make homemade fudge and donate all the profits to local charities and causes in my hometown of Gosport, which so far I've done 101 donations and I've donated over £18,000. So it's been an iconic moment in my life, loves, and today I thought I would share with you how to make this flavour. So you'll find this on page 20 of my book, and it's called Orange Blossom because it's made with Valencian orange extract to flavour it. I use that as the extra special one, and it's made with Hilltop Blossom honey. So I absolutely love honey, and whenever I'm on holiday, honey on toast for some reason is my holiday breakfast. One slice of honey on toast, one slice of chocolate spread on toast. It's my holiday breakfast, don't know why. So like Winnie the Pooh, I love honey, and just having the orange flavour. I finish it off with the zest of an orange as well. It's very summery and it tastes absolutely delicious. It's one of the best ones I think I do in my menu, and one of the most slept on. But we're going to change that by sharing with you this video. So before we start, the ingredients you need are 450 grams of golden caster sugar, 400 millilitres of double cream, 50 grams of unsalted butter, 15 grams of glucose syrup, and a sprinkle of salt. Let's get going, loves. So firstly, get your scales on and make sure you set it to 0. And then you want 450 grams of your golden caster sugar. If you go a tiny bit over, it doesn't matter. If you go a lot over, then take it out, because it will affect how smooth the fudge is if you go over. Then next, you want 400 millilitres of your double cream. So I'm having to use little pots of cream today because Morrison's right near me typically have sold out of the big pots. Always get the big pots, love, because you need so much cream and it's so much cheaper doing it that way. Don't waste your money getting the little pots like I've had to do today for the video. Then you want 50 grams of unsalted butter. Now, I always do it from room temperature because it just means that it melts quicker. If you've got all the time in the world, loves, do it out the fridge. It will still melt, it will just take a little bit longer. Then your glucose syrup. I always use this. Lots of people who make fudge don't use this. I use it because I genuinely believe if you don't use it, your fudge isn't as smooth. And there probably is a scientific actual reason as to why that is. I have no idea what it is, but if you don't use it, the fudge will still taste nice, but it just won't be as smooth. And then I use a sachet of my trusty Maldon sea salt. But if you don't have that, it's just a pinch of salt, about 5 grams, just to counteract the sweetness. And then that is your core fudge ingredients for a traditional fudge. The other bits are going to be added in at the end. So let's get going. Now you will hit me use this phrase over and over and over in my videos, loves. I probably should get a t-shirt with it on, saying low and slow. The best way to make fudge is on a low heat, slowly. I've got a gas cooker, so I do it as low as I can, as slow as I can. You can do it quicker, but you run the risk of it catching. And in my experience, this is just the best way to do it and to get the nicest tasting fudge. So loves, once you start seeing it bubbling in the pan, that's your time to start stirring. Couple of minutes later, loves, and it's all the fudge ingredients are stirred together, and it's time to put your trusty old sugar thermometer in. These thermometers are honestly so good. I got mine from Amazon, cost about £7. My first one I've only just replaced 2.5 years later, because the bit behind the glass started getting condensation, so I couldn't see the temperatures. And I kept on going and going with it as long as I could, and I thought, no, I am risking it for a biscuit. So yeah, I treated myself to one about a month ago. So yeah, trusty old sugar thermometer. Now you wait until it gets to 116 degrees. So we're getting to that crucial point now, loves, where it's starting to shift up. It sort of sits at 110 for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden it will start shooting up. And you will start realising, also by how the fudge looks, it starts getting more and more bubbles. And they get closer and closer together. And it's sort of, even the sound of it sort of gets a bit more intense as it comes closer to that ever important 116 degrees. You can't take it off before, loves, because it will not set. So now that big red pointy thing is starting to shift, darlings, and as soon as it gets past that 115, hits 116, which it has done now, it's time to take it off. And then once again, you set your timer for 6 minutes. No, for 5 minutes. And you let it cool down, darlings. So don't forget, loves, while you're waiting for your fudge to cool, an important thing that you need to do is line your tin. Can't stress this to you enough that it needs to be ready and lined. Your 9-inch tin, which you can get from Laurie's, loves, for £3. Yay! So once you hear your timer for 6 minutes, for 5 minutes even, 5 minutes is the perfect time for fudge. You're supposed to wait until it's under 100 degrees before you start stirring, but honestly I swear by 5 minutes. Wait for 5 minutes, and it gets down to about 80 degrees before you start stirring. So for orange blossom fudge, you add a glug of orange blossom, again about 15 grams, but I just do a zigzag swirly pattern in there. And then you want a teaspoon of your Valencian orange extract. This is so good. It's really, really potent, and it just gives you the most amazing orange tasting fudge. Smells absolutely gorgeous. And then you start stirring, and you stir for 6 minutes. I'll show you what it looks like. So when you first start stirring it, it looks quite watery. Oh my God, that smell of orange, honestly, is absolutely incredible. And what you want is consistent, slow but consistent stir for the whole of the 6 minutes. And I promise you, if you do that and you don't stop, you will get the best, smoothest tasting fudge. Now, I've not looked at the clock yet, loves, to see how long I've been stirring for. But from how my arm feels, I'm going to look and I bet it's 4 minutes. Actually, it's 5 minutes. So, won't be long until it's ready to pour. So, slow and steady wins the race. And as you're stirring it, you'll feel it getting thicker, heavier. You get all the smells. Oh God, this orange smells incredible. And the smell of the honey. There you go, loves. It's dinged. So one more for good luck. Skirt round your pot one last time before you pour into your tin. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. Oh my God, the orange smell, honestly. If you watched my video diary of when I went to see Yip and Paul at Le Bouliere with Andy Pandy, you would have seen that I took them a box of orange blossom and they absolutely loved it. There you go, clean pot, loves. Finish off with a lovely flourish, as I call it, instead of a flourish. Give it a good old zigzag. You don't have to do that. I just like to do that to make it look pretty. And then get your orange. And you want to zest. Oh, even that. You know, fresh orange zest on top of your fudge. Don't need to go crazy because it's already got the orange flavour you need in the fudge. But I always use a tiny little grater. It's honestly so handy to zest the orange. I'll just show you what it looks like. And there you have it, guys, your orange blossom fudge. Now, if you've got this far, congratulations. You've just made your very first batch of orange blossom fudge. Now, if you've watched any of the videos before, you'll know that you'll need to cover it with something so it can set at room temperature. I use these really amazing pop-up food covers from Amazon. Whatever you use, it can't touch the surface of the fudge, so don't go laying a tea towel over it, loves, because it's liquid at this stage that needs to set. So you need something that's not going to touch the surface. And that would take approximately 3 to 6 hours. I could tell that was a beautifully smooth fudge. And whoever buys that a box from that batch is one lucky person, because that's gonna taste absolutely delicious. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. My name's Paul, aka the Fudge Man, and I run a homemade fudge fundraiser called One Box of Fudge, where I donate all profits to local causes and charities in my hometown of Gosport. If you liked what you saw today, then please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share with all your friends. Until next time, oh, bye, you loves.